Good morning.
Good morning.
I am Rev Denise Landes, and it is my honor to be here with you this morning. I am so glad that you're all here and that we're here to share this service. We want you to know that whether you're here with us or watching us via streaming, that we are sending you our love, that we truly appreciate our Unity family, and we know what it means to have that family. So, is there someone here with us for the first time? I saw you at the door. Please stand and tell us who you are.
I am Cheryl Smith, Char's friend, and I've lived here for a couple of years now. Really happy to be in Arizona and really happy to be here today.
We're glad to be here. Yes. We are a loving community, and it is our hope that you'll consider coming back again and again and being part of our Unity family.
Thank you.
All right, announcements. There is an old-fashioned prayer service that happens every Sunday from 9 to 9:30 a.m. in the library. It is facilitated by Rev Denise, and it is an opportunity to have a guided meditation and to have quiet time. So feel free to stop in at any time. You can do that. Also, the new Medical Physical Bible group, Mysteries of Genesis, has started, but people can still come. It started on January the 18th on Tuesdays, and it'll go through February the 22nd. And it meets from 1:30 to 3 p.m. And it's done on a love offering basis. So again, feel free to come. It's a great opportunity to look at the metaphysical meaning of Genesis, which will just really surprise you. Our prayer chaplain today is Reverend Carol Ricketts. She'll be happy if you have any prayers of gratitude or prayers just prayer. Please meet her in the far corner over there. She'll be happy to pray with you. I am serving as board member today, and always my price is chocolate. So if you have no chocolate, no. Reverend Denise says I have to answer your question, so it's okay. Would you please join me in saying our opening statement, our mission statement. Together, our mission is to provide a prosperous and loving community by connecting to God through prayer and following the teachings of Christ. Please join me in saying our opening statements in your bulletin. Together, I stand steadfast in my faith, and I am set free. Right, please join me in prayer. Very old prayer, very favorite of mine. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, ardor. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are part. And it is in dying that we are born to eternal life.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory,
The daily word is faith. My faith empowers me. The words I believe contain tremendous power because they show me where I am placing my faith. If I catch myself believing disempowering thoughts, I don't despair. I use the moment to recommit to my faith in God. It's one of the presence and powers that is always good all the time. Believing in the goodness of God means I have faith in prosperity, not lack. It means I have faith in health, not illness. Faith in God means I believe all things are possible. Faith gives me the strength and power to live life fully and to let nothing stop me. Believing with all my heart, I affirm the best and highest outcomes are unfolding in my thoughts, my intentions, and my actions. I can do all that is mine to do, and I will. Jesus said to them, if you are able, all things can be done for the one who believes. Mark 9:23.
be still. Know that I am God. Fear not, for you are not alone. The lost and those in times of trouble are never far from home. Though storms
every time.
That was written by one of our local ministers here, who's a music director for Creative Living Fellowship for many years. His name is Dr. Mark Broder.
Well, awesome song. Makes me feel like I don't need to do a lesson today. You already got the message. So we've been talking about faith all month, and a lot of times life is what destroys our faith. Can you not hear me?
We're waiting for the joke.
Oh, I forgot the joke. I was so moved by the music, I forgot the joke. Well, I have a joke. All right, well, it's glad to know you missed them if I don't tell them. So there's these three older ladies that live together. One is 92, one is 94, and the other one is 96. And the 96-year-old lady goes up the stairs and she goes into the bathroom and she's going to take a bath, and she fills the bathtub with water and she sticks her foot in the bathtub and she can't remember whether she's getting in or out of the bathtub. So she yells down to her sisters downstairs, "Could somebody come up here and help me?" And the 94-year-old lady's sister says, "Sure, I'll be right up." So she starts up the stairs and she stops and she thinks, am I going up the stairs or am I going down the stairs? So she starts yelling for help, and the 92-year-old sister, she knocks on wood and she goes, "I am never going to be as crazy as those two. My memory is good. I'll be up to help you as soon as I answer the door." Are you happy you asked for it? Now we will continue on. So, faith. Our faith is always getting tested, right? And normally it's the world of experience that puts us in that place of doubt, right? Because we've gotten used to things happening really quickly, right? I mean, we've got the internet now where we can get information just like that. And we got fast food restaurants where we can get food within minutes most of the time, right? And even if you're pregnant, you don't have to wait 9 months to find out if you're having a boy or a girl. You can know within a short period of time. So we've really become a society that does not like to wait on anything. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, I hate commercials on TV or on the radio. I mean, it just really is frustrating. So we become a very impatient society, I think. The problem is our spiritual development does not work that way. It just simply doesn't work that way. And it's never going to go as fast as we like. So that seems to be something that really bothers us with our faith, at least it does for me, because I have a picture of how I want something to be, right? And it's not happening, and then I start questioning my faith. Am I the only one that does that? I don't think so. So I have a story that kind of goes along with that line, that kind of explains things. There's a young new preacher who was walking with an older, more seasoned preacher in the garden one day and feeling a bit insecure about what God had for him to do. He was inquiring of the older preacher. The older preacher walked up to a rose bush and handed the young preacher a rose bud and told him to open it without tearing off any of the petals. The young preacher looked in disbelief at the older preacher and was trying to figure out what a rosebud could possibly have to do with his wanting to know the will of God for his life and his ministry. Because of his high respect for the older preacher, he proceeded to try to unfold the rose. While keeping every petal intact, it wasn't long before he realized how impossible it was to do. Noticing the younger preacher's inability to unfold the rose petal while keeping it intact, the older preacher began to tell the following poem. It is only a tiny rosebud, a flower of God's design, but I cannot unfold the petals with these clumsy hands of mine. The secret of the unfolding flowers is not known to such as I. God opens these flowers so sweetly when in my hands they fade and die. If I cannot unfold a rosebud, this flower of God's design, then how can I think I have the wisdom to unfold this life of mine? So I'll trust him for his leading each moment of every day. I will look to him for his guidance each step of the pilgrim way, the pathway that lies before me. Only my Heavenly Father knows. So isn't that really an example in nature that is an example of us as well? That we so much in our hurry want to take that next spiritual step. We want to see that healing happen, and we want to see that healing happen now. We have a financial situation, we want to see that resolved now. We want everything to be done now. And then we start questioning God and our faith, and we just go down that negative spiral. When it says it just in nature, no one can open the petals of a flower. Only God can do that. So I want you to see yourselves today as that beautiful flower, that beautiful rosebud that's in the garden. And that rosebud is going to open in its own time, in its own way. And it's always going to have the sun, and it's always going to have the water, and it's going to have the air. It's always going to have everything it needs to open up into that beautiful flower all on its own. So if we could take a lesson from this flower, that God is with us 24/7, but it is our faith that activates the miracles. It's the faith that makes our relationships harmonious. It's our faith that brings prosperity into our lives. And that faith is the activator of all God's miracles. So let's decide to stand in our faith no matter what the world looks like, no matter what, if the rosebud looks like it's closed to life. Can we stand in our faith and take the time to watch that rosebud turn into a beautiful flower, which is God's plan for each and every one of us that's here. We're all supposed to unfold into this beautiful flower. Isn't that wonderful? And I don't care how things look in your life today. Can we all just say, I'm standing in my faith today? Together, I'm standing in my faith today. I don't care if my house is burning down. I don't care if my car doesn't run. I don't care if the doctor just gave me a report that I'm going to have to have surgery. I don't care if I don't have any money in my checking account. Where am I today?
I'm standing
Standing in my faith. That things will happen and things will get corrected in God's time, right? In God's time.
What a divine story.
It is. Everything will get done in God's time. So why do we get all worked up about it? Because it's not happening fast enough. Okay? But that's not what faith is about, right? If we could see everything, we would need no faith at all, would we not? If you knew exactly what was going to happen, when it was going to happen, on what day, what kind of faith does that take? None. Zero. And how do we grow this power of faith? By using it. Oh my goodness. Since I have become a minister, my faith has grown unbelievable. ever since I've taken this job, each year has been a big unknown. With COVID, with all this, where's the money coming from? Where are we going to have church? How are we going to do this? Every year has been unknown to me. And every year when I surrender and just say, okay, God, I have faith. I'm just joyously going to go through this day, through this year, through this month, being happy because I'm trusting in you. And lo and behold, every year has worked out. Every year gets a little better. I mean, look where we are now. We're in this beautiful sanctuary. But I didn't know that when I first took the job. I didn't know that when we gave up our space over in the other building. I didn't know that we were going to end up here. So what did I have to do? I had to stand in my faith. I had to say, well, I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to trust God. Because that's my job, is to trust God. And there was a lot of times when it didn't look very good. There's times when we had to sell all the stuff in our other place. We moved into a smaller space. There were times when we didn't know how we were going to pay the bills. But guess what? God had a plan. God had a plan. All I had to do was follow it. And here we are. We got money in the bank. We got a beautiful building. I have beautiful people out there in the sanctuary. What more could I want? But guess what? It would have never happened had I lost my faith. Had I lost my faith, I probably would have quit a long time ago. So where are you today in this story? Is there something that you're saying is not happening too fast or not fast enough? Is there something not happening the way you want it to happen? Are you willing to just stand in your truth and say, I stand in faith with God and I know it will resolve to be my highest good, no matter what it looks like. No matter if I'm having pain in my leg, no matter if my car's not working, no matter what chaos is going on, where should we go? I have faith in God to create the highest and best good in my life now. That's all you have to do. And then you can just allow those rose petals to unfold. Allow the presence and power of God to work in and through you. Like Moses did when he was leading the people to the promised land. And guess what? They got stuck by the Red Sea, right? And they're all telling Moses, oh, we should have stayed back in Egypt. We're stuck here by the water. We can't get across it. We got Pharaoh's chariots coming after us. What in the world have you done to us? We're just sitting pigeons, right? Something awful is going to happen. But what does Moses do? Moses doesn't go into doubt and fear. Moses knows who he is. Moses knows God is with him. And what does he do? He raises up his rod. And he says, behold and see the salvation of the Lord. So what does that mean you do? You just wait and you see the salvation of the Lord. And lo and behold, the waters parted. The waters parted. The way was made clear for them to go across. And as if that wasn't enough, when they were all across, guess what? The waters came back together and Pharaoh's chariots couldn't get them. They were permanently separated from the life that they just once had as slaves. But how did that happen? Because one man, Moses, stood in his faith and said, God is with me. Something is going to happen. And it did. It did. But had Moses not stayed in that place of faith, do you think the outcome would have been the same? I don't think so. I would think the chariots would have got them and they all went back to Egypt. So there's another story. It's a miracle of Jesus, actually. about this man who's been sick, can't walk for 38 years. 38 years. And he goes to this pool. And he knows at this pool there's an angel that comes down and touches the water in the pool. And whoever gets in the pool first gets healed. But he gets to the pool and he doesn't have the strength or the power to get in the water. So Jesus sees this man. And he sees his determination to get to the pool every day. But then he never gets in the pool. Because he doesn't have the strength to do it. So Jesus comes up to him and he asks him, would you like to be healed? Would you like to be able to walk? And what does he say? He doesn't say yes. He gives him a bunch of excuses. Well, I can't be healed because there's nobody here to lift me up and get me in the pool where I can be healed by the water. So where is this man's faith? His faith is that if I get in that water, I will be healed. Well, Jesus is there. That Christ's presence that is within you is there, asking you, do you want to be healed? No, I can't be healed because I can't get in the water. Does this sound familiar? I can't be healed because of this. And what does Jesus say to him? Take thy bed and get up and walk. Get up and walk. That is the Christ presence within you, telling you you have the power to heal yourself and get up and walk. You don't need that pool that's in the ground. You don't need the angel to touch the pool and you get in it. Just take up thy bed and walk. So he does. He takes up his bed and he walks. So my question to you today is, if somebody told you, if you couldn't walk, and they came up to you and said to you, get up off your wheelchair and walk, would you do it? This man didn't know it was Jesus. He didn't know who the man was. But he believed him. He obviously had faith in what that man could do. And he walked. He walked. So if we have that power within us, and I know each and every one of us does, to heal ourselves. We've seen many people do it. Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, they both healed themselves. There's lots of people out there. Dr. Joe Dispenza got in an accident, messed up his back, never had surgery, and healed his own back. We all have the power to do that. The question is, do you have the faith to use it? Do you have the faith within you to use it? Because more than likely, it's not going to happen just like that. It's going to take time. And each day might be a little better than the next day. But eventually, you will heal yourself. And if you really had the faith, you probably could do it just like that. But most of us are not in that space yet. So we have to take it a day at a time. But isn't that amazing? We all have this power, this Christ light within us that can heal all things. God's love heals all things. Do you believe it? Do you want to live that way? Or would you choose to believe that there's something outside yourself that can heal you? Do you choose to believe the outer world has the power over you? Do you choose to put your faith in something else? It's totally up to you. It's your choice. You can do whatever you like. If you want to believe that you're never going to be able to walk again, then more than likely, you're never going to be able to walk again. You want to believe that you're going to have high blood pressure the rest of your life? More than likely, you're going to have high blood pressure the rest of your life. But why? Why, when you have the power, the love within you to heal yourself, would you settle for those things? That's my question to you today. Why do we settle to have a pain in our shoulder? Why do we settle for struggling through life? Why do we settle when there's something so much greater that is within you, just waiting for you to put your faith in Him or her, whoever you think it is? God is God. Why not? Why not take the chance? Does it cost you anything to put your faith in God? No. But it most likely will take time. Just like the flower in the straw. It takes time for that flower to blossom. It takes time for us to change our thinking, right? Because we just been thinking most of our lives that we have to deal with whatever's given to us, right? So it takes a while to reverse that thinking. It's like taking this current of water that's going one way for a really long time, and then all of a sudden stopping it and asking it to go a different direction. That takes time. It takes time. And unfortunately, we've gotten used to everything coming fast. But it doesn't happen that way. At least it's not happened for me that way, where things just happen like that. But my faith gets stronger every day. Every day. Just this week, I didn't know how. We still had stuff left in our old office over in the Sun City West Foundation. Quite a bit of stuff, actually. I had no idea how we were going to get it out of there or who was going to take it. And lo and behold, I get brought this angel who says, "Oh, Denise, Unity of Sedona needs some supplies, and I could use this, and I could use that." So she stops by the office, and she takes quite a bit of it. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then what was left over, I thought, well, whatever I can't store or Jan can't store, we'll take over to Goodwill. Well, what happens? Somebody else wants it that's there. So I didn't end up taking anything to Goodwill. That people came and took what I needed them to take, and then I took the rest home. It worked out perfectly. But I could have spent, because we moved over here in December, from December till now, worried how we're going to do that. Getting myself down, I have a whole room of stuff, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But no, I just trusted, and lo and behold, the room is empty, and I still have a week left on the lease. That's what putting your faith in God does. Comes up with the answer. I don't know the answer, but it shows up. Just like the flower unfolds, it just shows up. So are you willing to put your faith in God? Are you willing? There's no cost to it, not one, to put your faith in God. To say, okay, God, I'm an open vessel for you to heal. I'm willing to let go of any negativity that I'm holding in my heart, and I'm willing to let your love transform my life. Trust God. And I've learned today that trust and faith are not the same thing. Because faith is that ability to put things into action. Trust just means, okay, I'm trusting somebody else to do it. I have to activate the faith in me to get this unfoldment going. Without faith, I can't do anything. Truthfully. Without faith, I have messed up my life many times. I've been divorced twice. I know what it's like. And it wasn't until I was down in the dumps, I was divorced, lost my job, living in a one-bedroom apartment, that I went back to church. And I went back to church because my sister dragged me back to church when I was 30 years old. And I went to church, and I've been going to church every day since then. Because once I started putting my faith in God, things started getting better. Oh my gosh. It wasn't long until I had furniture in my apartment. It wasn't long before I had another job. It wasn't long before I had another husband. I mean, things just started to click. Not because I planned it, because I let God do it. I just opened myself and said, okay, God, I'm here. You need to create in and through me my heart's desires. And I put my faith in that, and lo and behold, it all happened. It all happened. So I'm sure everyone here has some experience in life where faith pulled through for you. If anyone here has had surgery, I know you've had to put your faith in God, because that's something you absolutely have no control over, is surgery. And guess what? You got through it. You probably got through it, and life was even better on the other side of it. I had surgery once, and my mother and I hadn't spoken for years. But I figured she deserved to know that I was having surgery. Well, that surgery, guess what? Reconnected us. I reconnected with my mother because I had surgery. Something that wouldn't have probably happened if that surgery hadn't come about. So we don't always see the big picture. We don't always know why certain things are happening to us. But faith is always there in God, and faith will always see you through, and faith will create something even greater than what you're going through. Faith. We have to activate it. It doesn't just come. You have to say, I have faith in God to resolve this situation. I have faith in God to heal me. I have faith in God to bring prosperity into my life. Isn't that amazing? Just one little thing, faith in God. And you can change your life. You can heal your body. You can have prosperity. You can have your heart's desire. But the one key is faith. We can't put our faith in the outer world. We can't put our faith in the government. We can't put our faith in our spouse. We can't put our faith in things outside ourselves. We have to turn within and put your faith in God. And then see what happens. And be patient. Be patient. God can't always get all the pieces in place in the same time that we would like them in place. Be patient. Maybe you're in pain, but maybe the next day you're not in quite as much pain. Be patient with yourself. Be patient and just allow God to work in and through you, just as Moses did in the story. How many plagues did they have to go through? 10. Do you think Moses was questioning God while those 10 plagues were going on? I don't think so. Moses knew God was with him every step of the way. So why can't God be with us every step of the way? We're not doing big things. Well, maybe we are doing big things like Moses, but God is with us every step of the way. It's up to us. It is up to us to take that faith, to use that power, and to create miracles. We seem to have lost this realm of doing miracles all the time. And I think we do miracles in very small ways. We just don't notice them. We don't see them. But God's always there knocking at the door saying, oh, did you see the beautiful sunset I gave you? Oh, did you see you weren't in traffic on your way to church this morning? Oh, did you see that, I sent you these beautiful people to have lunch with? Oh, did you see that best friend came over today? Do you notice all the little miracles that God does in a very quiet way? And then look, you've even seen the greater miracles. But it all starts within us. That power of faith. And we can use that faith and we can trust that faith. And know that God is with us. Know that God will see us through. Everywhere. Not just here, not just today, but every day, every minute, every second. To know God is with me. I am powerful. I am loving. I am joyful. I am peaceful. I am prosperity. So put your faith in that instead of the chaos of the world. Put your faith in that instead of the bad doctor's report. Put your faith and what is best for you. And you will see miraculous things happen, but give it time to unfold. Give it time to be created. Because when we start being wishy-washy, we just delay the whole process. And we can be delightfully wishy-washy. I've been there. But all we do is slow it down even more. So every morning we need to get up and say, I have faith in God, and this is going to be an amazing day. Would you do that for me? That's your homework for this month. Well, this is the end of it. For February, for the month of February, wake up every morning saying, I have faith in God, and I am going to have an amazing day together. I have faith in God, and I am going to have an amazing day. All right, let's take that into prayer and meditation. So let's close our eyes. Take a deep breath. Just let go. Let go of whatever concern you may be having. And feel the power and presence of God that is right there within you. I want you to see yourself as that radiant, beautiful, divine light of God. Feel that. Feel that infinite love, the infinite grace of God that is right there with you all the time. See the power and presence. Feel the power and presence. And say, yes, I have faith in God. I have faith in that power and presence that is right there within me. I have faith that I can be healed. I have faith that I am prosperous. I have faith that this day will be created in the grace and ease of God. Today, I recommit myself to faith, knowing that God is constantly working in and through me, creating my highest desires. So I relax and I let go, and I just let God work in and through me. Knowing that things don't always work on my time schedule. So I just peacefully stay in this place of wonder and excitement, knowing that my heart's desires are being created now. And I joyously allow that to happen in God's time. So let's take that newfound faith into the silence. So let yourself become aware of your surroundings. Hear the music James is playing. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. And always remember that you have faith in the power and presence of God. Amen. Thank you, James. That was very beautiful. So it's time for our affirmation of abundance. It's in your bulletin on the second page. Are you ready? Together? Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have and all that I give. Almighty God, as we hold our offering in our hands, we know that you are our source. So we put our faith and trust in you, knowing that you are all that we could ever need. That your power, your presence creates in and through us every miracle, every gift, every amazing thing. So we are so very grateful to know the truth. And we know it is done. Amen.